Opinion: Peter should have joined Nnpp instead of LP. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Few days to the People Democratic Party PDP presidential primaries, one of the top contenders aspiring to become the party's flag bearer in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, dumped the party. He mentioned his reasons for switching political allegiance, in which he stated that he forecasted money to play a major role in the party's presidential primaries. Obi subsequently announced his decision to join Labour Party and later emerged as the presidential candidate in the party's convention. Former Kano State Governor and another presidential candidate of New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Engineer Rabiu Kwankwaso, has revealed to the channel's television that after Obi decamped from People's Democratic Party (PDP), there was a plan that they will merge together to form a very strong third force capable of fighting both PDP and APC, but the deliberation collapsed prematurely. It was alleged by Kwankwaso camp that Obi wanted to be the presidential flag bearer of NNPP, dazed by the fact that it was Kwankwaso that adopted the party, raised its popularity, and developed it to where it is today. Obi could have managed the slot of vice president and leave the number one seat to Kwankwaso. They have a lot of things in common. They are bridge builders. They have millions of supporters. Their combo will provide a strong turning point before the general election, but Obi decided to join the party, the Labour Party, subsequently. Obi's stronghold as a stand in the South and Southeast, while Kwankwaso's strongholds in the Northeast, North Central, and the vote bank, Northwest. One can imagine the millions of votes the two of them could secure if they agreed to work together. Obi's biggest mistake before 2023 election will sure be his refusal to work as Kwankwaso's running mate. Now, please, I want to ask this question. If let's say, for instance, I decide to be, let's say, an employee in an organization, and I looked at it after testing the waters, I can actually own a company. I can own a company where I'll be the one employing people and I'm calling the shots. Why don't I just own the company instead of being an employee? That is what happens. And manage a VP position. A VP position in Nigerian policies that we know that the VP is not delegated as much powers as required. Now, what you then say you make you do, now you go do. Now, what you then give you powers to do, now you go feed do. Anything other than that, you will not be able to perform. We all know this. So him coming out to say he should have managed. How will I manage? You just like rice the hungry me, say make a manage swallow. I rice in my front. Oh God, give me rice. That's what I'm saying. Yes, this one is not a matter of manage how. Okay, Kwankwaso is for Kano, while P2B is for the Nigerian youth, elite and masses. Moses through the invisible hands delivered Israel. P2B through the invisible hand will deliver Nigeria. Why must he be a running mate? So Igbo man cannot be a flag bearer. The gang up against Southeast in Nigeria has failed. P2B or nothing. P2B is not wanting to be a president of Igbo extraction. He is wanting to be, or is campaigning to be, the president of Nigeria that will move Nigeria forward. I hope people understand this. Kwankwaso's biggest mistake would be his refusal to be Obi's running mate. Good leadership can come from any part of Nigeria. Hence, no one should assume it is a certain group that are born to rule. Exactly. A full animal will naturally vote for Atiku. Okay. Why must he be his running mate? Oh, okay. Now, people are saying, why can't Kwankwaso serve as Obi's vice? By God's grace, the night team of APC and PDP will be done away with through P2B. Now, this argument came up earlier as well, and it has resurfaced again. People are like, okay, because there was a particular article that came out just immediately P2B stepped down from the PDP. You know, we started hearing rumors of him wanting to join the NNPP, and before you know it, we just heard the Labour Party. You know, people are like, why do you need to be joining NNPP? The same thing. I mean, I was like, that combo for sweet die. If for makes sense. Why? Because to be the kind of politician policies Obi plays, and Kwankwaso also, the kind of votes now, if you're talking about votes now, he has it. It would have been very, very sweet. But people were also asking, yes, it is true that Kwankwaso labored for the party, but Obi don't talk, say, he cannot be looking at a fish here. And they're giving him a meat. He wants a fish and giving him and tell him to manage a meat. It's not today my friend say the same kind. The same way money I go pay for fish, now go pay for meat. To give me fish. They give me meat. They give me beef. Okay. Kwankwaso should be P2B's running mate because P2B is more educated, more intelligent, and more prepared. No, that this thing is not a matter. Education care. No. Labour Party has more closer appeals to the masses than Nnpp. I think Kwankwaso should join Obi in Labour Party. Must always be the head. Why can't Kwankwaso also come to Labour Party and be vice president? Good question. The fact is on more popular than Musa. He has no bad record so far. He can be sold to the masses due to his antecedent. Musa is also majorly in some part of the north. Certainly, that cannot give him a win. Also, for the fact that he's an Hausa man, he'll be resisted in the north by Fulanis who had power in that region. Being a running mate to Obi would give him access to Aso Rock by 2031 because the door would have been the Southern and Hausa votes. Okay. On no account will Orichaman be private car driver to Nwaba. People are coming out to now see it from the angle I'm seeing it from. Should I be number 2 when I can be number 1? Wrong idea. You think Kwankwaso, who wants to run for Nigerian president, will surrender to him? Then if he doesn't want to surrender to him, then there's no cause for this discussion then. That is just it. Is it only the North that have the mantle of leadership? They have brought us backward and we need one that will take us forward. Well, in my own opinion, like I said, I cannot be looking at number 1 and telling me to take at number 2. It's just not done. I cannot be an employee and I just find that I can be on the owner of a company. So me, I'll be working hard to do what? Be the owner of a company. Obi Kwankwaso and Babala combination, as in the formula Nigeria needs at this critical time. Even me, I can attest to that had it been, it is Obi Kwankwaso or more. The combo go too sweet, die. It go to make sense, but unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, I don't know yet, it is not so. But whatever be the case, we stand on a competent candidate, not just a competent candidate, both president and vice, and of course in other positions as well. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news.